Harlequin Special Release and HarlequinAudio present Long Tall Texans, Hank, by Diana Palmer. Performed by Todd Mclaren. Dear listener, I can't believe that it has been 30 years since my first Long Tall Texans book, Calhoun, debuted. This series was suggested by my former editor, Tara Gavin, who asked if I might like to set stories in a fictional town of my own design. Would I? And the rest is history. As the years went by, I found more and more sexy ranchers and cowboys to add to the collection. My readers, especially Amy, found time to gift me with a notebook listing every single one of them, wives and kids and connections to other families in my own Texas town of Jacobsville. Eventually, the town got a little too big for me, so I added another smaller town called Comanche Wells and began to fill it up too. You can't imagine how much pleasure this series has given me. I continue to add to the population of Jacobs County, Texas, and I have no plans to stop. Ever. I hope all of you enjoy reading the Long Tall Texans as much as I enjoy writing them. Thank you all for your kindness and loyalty and friendship. I am your biggest fan. Love, Diana Palmer. Chapter 1. She was there again. Hank Shoeman glared out the window at the figure on the balcony of the ski lodge below. His cabin was on a ridge overlooking the facility, just far enough away to give him the privacy he needed when he was composing. But it wasn't far enough away from the binoculars the slender young woman at the ski lodge was directing toward his living room window. He shoved his hands into his jeans pockets and glowered at the distant figure. He was used to attention. Leader of the rock group Desperado, and a former linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys, Hank had had his share of adulation from women. In the old days, before his marriage and divorce, it had been flattering and heady to a Texas ranch boy. Now it was nothing more than a nuisance. He'd had all he wanted of love, and he'd had more than he wanted of star-struck young girls looking for it. He sighed, the action pulling his silk shirt taut over a hard, impressively muscular chest, and tautening the jeans that outlined powerful long legs and narrow hips. He was 38, but physically he looked no more than 30. He had a good body, still fit and athletic. It was his face that frightened people. He wore a thick beard and a mustache, and his dark hair, while scrupulously clean, was unruly and thick around his collar. He wasn't bad-looking, but it was impossible to see that. He liked the camouflage, because it kept all but the most enthusiastic young groupies at bay. None of the rock group looked much better than Hank with his growth of beard, except for Amanda, of course. The other three male members of the band, Deke and Jack and Johnson, looked as disreputable as Hank did. But Desperado's music won awards, and they were much in demand for public appearances. The problem with that right now was that Amanda was pregnant. It would be the first child for Amanda and her husband, Quinn Sutton, who lived in Wyoming with his son, Elliot. The whole family was anxious because Amanda's pregnancy had been fraught with problems, and she'd been forced to take to her bed to prevent a miscarriage. That meant canceled public appearances and vicious rumors that the band was about to break up. It was let people think that, or admit that Amanda was in fierce difficulties with her pregnancy. No one wanted that tidbit of information to get out and have reporters hounding her. For the moment, they didn't know exactly where in Wyoming she lived. And Hank was here in Colorado, far away from the group's studios, both the one down the hill from Quinn Sutton's ranch and the Tetons, and the one in New York City. Reporters had hounded him so much that he'd had to escape from the New York studio where the group did some of their recording. It
Sample complete. Ready to continue?